And good evening. Welcome to Football Friday Night, week number 2. A little cooler than last Friday night. 13 games to show you from around mid-Missouri. Will begin Jefferson City, home opener for the Jays wearing the camo red jerseys. They only got to play a half of football in the road win at McClure North last Saturday. Game was called due to the heat. They played a full game tonight. And look at the Football Friday Night t-shirts out at Adkins Stadium. Jays' first possession, 80-yard drive. Gabe Mark Antonio to Dan Ellinger, the sophomore receiver, 31-yard touchdown, 7-0 Jays. Lancers from Belleville East, though, tied up on a 46-yard touchdown run. Demarius Ward, over 100 yards in this game, runs it in, 7-7 game. Coach Ted LePage not happy with that. Pretty night for football, and how about some Jays defense? They came up with some big plays. Darrell Williams, the pick. But Jeff City could not capitalize and turn that into points. 7-7 into the second quarter. Watch number 53 on the defensive line. Rajay Scott introduced to the Lancer quarterback. Quick sack, but Belleville scored just before the half ended. Isaiah King stays on his feet, goes in. Jays trailing 14-7 at intermission. Third quarter, Jays take the lead. Mark Antonio finds Ellinger. Nicely done for the touchdown. Jefferson City would add 2 field goals. J.T. Bolkin hits it through the uprights. Jays win it 22-14. Jeff City 2-0 on the season. Our KRCG sports writer Tom Leffler has some thoughts on tonight's game. Go to our website, connectmidmissouri.com. Click on Leffler's link. I'm biased, but I think he's the best writer around the capital city. The Rockbridge Bruins moving up to number 1 in our KRCG Prep Power Poll this week, number 2 in the state poll. Tony Mullen watched the Bruins tonight in Columbia. Tony?
Rod, thanks a lot. Rockbridge had a thrilling victory last week to open the season, beating then 5th-ranked DeSmet in St. Louis. A.J. Afadele's club playing the home opener tonight in Columbia against Fort Zumwalt West. The Jaguars, led by Neil Novak, a former Owensville Dutchman, in his first season as the West head coach. First possession of the game, Bruins find the end zone. Eli Stout up the middle in from 17 yards out, 7-zip. Zumwalt quickly answered with a touchdown, but the Rockbridge Bruins right back. Logan Tweehouse had a big night to Alex Afadele, that's AJ's son, in for the 28-yard score. 14-7, stayed that way until the second quarter. Tweehouse, nifty leaping grab, Antoine Turnage for the touchdown, and then late in the first half, Elijah Pete hauls this long Tweehouse pass in. He'll go 57 yards. Rockbridge rolls to a 48-14 win over Fort Zumwalt West. The Hickman Cupies get their first win of the season playing in Wentzville. Cupes 30-15 over Holt High. And second home game in as many weeks for the Battle Spartans. Much tougher competition this time around, facing the Hannibal Pirates. Hannibal was up 6-0 early. Battles. Marshall Willington gets loose down the far sideline. He'll go the distance. That ties the game up 6-6. Did not stay that way for long. On the ensuing kickoff, Jerry McBride makes some moves. He'll go 85 yards on the return for the Hannibal touchdown. Pirates had a 20-7 lead. Battle, though, coming back, some history here. The first ever Spartan touchdown pass. Brevin Tyler to Marcus Teague. Battle coming back, but Hannibal a good finish. The Pirates win it 42-27. First loss for Battle. Long road trips for the Columbia teams next week. Rockbridge of note goes to Harbert in Arkansas. Harbert tonight beat Webb City, snapping the Cardinals' 91-game regular season winning streak. Tough test for the Bruins next week. Rod, let's send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Tony. Elias, hear that? Webb City is beatable. Another number 1 team in our Prep Power Poll, the California Pintos, with a second straight road game. The Pintos galloping into Mexico to battle the Bulldogs. California coming off that dominating win over Boonville last Friday. First quarter, California driving. Jaden Barr's pass is picked off by Tyler Brock. He returns it all the way for the touchdown. 6-0 Bulldogs thinking upset. But the Pintos respond. A reverse handoff. Dylan Albertson. He goes 30 yards for the touchdown. California taking the 7-6 lead. The Pintos would stretch that lead to 14-6 on a 3-yard Albertson touchdown in the second quarter. That's not all. Mexico wouldn't go away. Brock, who had that interception return, throws deep to Skylar Harrington for the touchdown. We had a 14-14 game, But the Pintos pull this one out, 21 unanswered points in the second half. California 42-14. The Pintos are a perfect 2-0. The first home game for the Blair Oaks Falcons. Brad Draley's team looking for win number 1, welcoming the Owensville Dutchman. Michael Draley begins a huge first quarter for the Falcons. An interception return for the touchdown. Any doubts about Blair Oaks after that opening night loss? Not anymore. 2 defensive touchdowns to start the game. Caleb Bischoff, fumble recovery for the TD. 14-0 Falcons. How about some offense? Blair Oaks' Jordan Hare tossing to Hayden Locke. They combined on 2 tonight. 20-0 Falcons. Here's the other one. Going long to Locke. And this is a touchdown. Blair Oaks led this game 42-0 after the first quarter. 55-0 at the half. Here's a nifty play. Hare to C.J. Closser, stays on his feet. Hare was 7 of 10 passing, 4 touchdowns. Big win for Blair Oaks, 55-13 over Owensville. One of the better head-to-head matchups tonight, Panthers and Panthers. Centralia playing at Palmyra. You knew the Panthers were going to win this thing. Earl Bennett's Centralia Panthers. Zach Etzler keeps for the nice touchdown run around the far end. This game was close all the way. Palmyra with a couple of big plays, a punt return for a touchdown, and this Brock Butler to Jordan Nutt touchdown pass. Palmyra beats Centralia 24-21. First time they've done that since 2005. Let's head to the lake. Always a good idea. Good fishing, good boating, good football. The Camdenton Lakers facing the Zizzers from West Plains. Camdenton strikes first on this punt return. Ryan Elliott takes it all the way, breaks a couple tackles. He's in 7-0 Camdenton. That's a nice start. Lakers drive it again. Quarterback Tyler Cunningham finds Elliott for the score. Great catch there. Lakers led it 13-0. They go on to win it 35-15. Camdenton is 2-0 on the season. Back-to-back home games for Eldon. Victor Field at Mustang Memorial Park. Shannon Jolly's Mustangs battling Buffalo, and Eldon had a nice game tonight. They led this 28-0 at the half. Shane Randall, a nice run. Dylan Wood, great 15-yard run up the gut. Raymond Kwok had 124 yards as Eldon rushed for 381 as a team. They beat Buffalo 41-14. And coming up later, our Steve's Pest Control defensive pest of the night and more football in the lake area. We'll head to Osage and Versailles. Stay with us on a Football Friday night. Welcome back to Football Friday night. The Fulton Hornets, our reigning KRCG Team of the Week, had a chance to do something they hadn't done in many years. Open the season with back-to-back wins. Hornets traveling to Versailles tonight to take on the hometown Tigers, a battle of black and gold. Noah Braun on defense for Fulton picks off the Versailles pass early. This was a crazy game. A lot of points scored both ways. Joe Schlemeyer finds Chris Tilson here in the end zone. Nicely done for Fulton. They led it 7-0. That was just the start of a barrage of points. Versailles answering back, 5-yard touchdown. Jonathan Cunningham finds pay dirt. Fulton, though, wins a wild one, 44-33. 2 wins in 2 games for the Hornets. The Osage Indians kicking off the home season at the lake. Great fans there. Indian fans out in full force, welcoming a very good Moberly Spartan team. Moberly ranked 8th in the state this week, and the Indians had trouble getting the offense going. Moberly up 28-0 at the half. Spartans driving again. Tamaja Smith, the senior, takes the draw up the middle inside the 5-yard line. A few plays later, Smitty goes in for the touchdown as Moberly wins 34-7. The Spartans are 2-0. In Kingdom City tonight, 2 teams looking for their first win. Their first points, in fact. North Callaway and Tipton both shut out last week. Not tonight. Tipton quarterback Dylan Cooper, 5 yards and the touchdown. Cardinals would lead this game at halftime, 12-7. North Callaway, though, comes up to tie it up at 20-20 into overtime, and the T-Birds win it in OT. Cole Branson to Wyatt Branson, a 9-yard touchdown in OT. North Callaway 26-20 over Tipton. Meanwhile, South Callaway 40 points better than Crystal City. Good win for Tim Rulo and the Bulldogs. Hallsville, another win over Paris, 40-24. Boonville shut out by Higginsville. Montgomery County is 2-0. They stomp Clopton. Meanwhile, Herman, the Bearcats win it by 1 over Cuba. Marshall Falls and Rolla losing to Springfield Kickapoo. Back to Columbia, where the Tolton Trailblazers open the home season hosting the Southern Boone Eagles. Great start for the Trailblazers. Clay Harrison forcing an Eagle fumble. Carson McCarty recovers, giving Tolton great field position. Junior quarterback Christian Elliott caps off the drive. 1-yard dive into the end zone. 7-0 Tolton. Later in the first, Southern Boone fumbles this one into their own end zone. Anthony Cafano falls on it. That's a Trailblazer touchdown. But Southern Boone would rally all the way back, and the Eagles win it 32-28 over Tolton. Back to Mexico for the MMA Colonels contest with Van Far MMA. On the quarterback keeper here, but a nice hit from Lucas Robinson from Van Far. He springs the ball free, forcing the fumble. Indians from Van Far recover. Later on, Van Far would capitalize. Robinson finds Trey Hull down the field, and Hull goes 50 yards for the touchdown. Van Far goes on to win it 26-0 over MMA. St. James over Houston tonight. It was Sacred Heart moving to 2-0 with a 20-14 win for the Gremlins. Fayette beats North Shelby. Salisbury all over Bramer. West Strand beats Carrollton, and Windsor over Slater by 10. The Helias Crusaders will play tomorrow night. Another home game at Adkins Stadium. Helias lost a heartbreaking 1-point game to Harrisonville in the opener last Friday night. Phil Pitt's team switching places with Harrisonville in the Class 4 state poll this week. Helias now third in the state. Game time 7 o'clock tomorrow night against Smith Cotton. And coming up, our Pizza Hut Team of the Night honors some Cardinal baseball and another home weekend at Mizzou. A Tiger preview is next. Missouri's Gary Pinkel started his coaching career at Toledo. Tomorrow, for the first time ever, Pinkel and the Tigers will face the Toledo Rockets. 2:30 kickoff at Faurot Field. Mizzou will try to go 2-0 in non-conference play.
This is still a big game, man. I mean, non-conference games are just as big as conference games to us, man. A win's a win, man. And we're hungry to get this second win, man. And we have a lot of respect for Toledo. They're a real good squad. They work hard and they play hard, and they got a good team. So we've been preparing since Saturday night.
Back to our high school football coverage. Offense usually gets the attention, but as always, we salute the Steve's Pest Control defensive pest of the night. Back to the Jays game, number 53, junior Rajay Scott. Quickest sack of the night. Our Steve's Pest Control defensive pest of the night. Pizza Hut Team of the Night honors go to a well-deserved Blair Oaks Falcon football team. They led it 42-0 over Owensville in the first quarter. Dominating win, 55-13, coming back from that first week loss. We'll have all the scores and highlights on our high school football central page at connectmidmissouri.com. Also vote for the play of the week beginning on Sunday. We had a record 1,400 votes last week. You'll want to get in on that. Check it out. Our latest KRCG Mid-Missouri Prep poll comes out on Monday night. A few scores to pass along. Helias, meanwhile, on the road in softball, losing to Webb City 2-1. Pretty good game for Helias. Eugene over Jamestown. Soccer, Mexico, and Bell, both winners. Congratulations to the Jeff City Lady Jays tennis team, winning the Kickapoo Classic. JC coached by former Jefferson City football great John Blosser. Thanks to our hardworking crew at KRCG, our Football Friday Night crew headed up by Tony Mullen, TJ Fensky, Seth Trotter, Brandon McElwain, Lucas Bond, Madison Walker, and Con Costin, producer Jenny Weiser, and all-star director Phil Capps. Thanks for doing the job, and thank you for watching. We hope you have a great weekend.
KRCG's High School Football Friday Night has been brought to you by GFI Digital, Hawthorne Bank, Westminster College, Capital City Christian Church, St. Mary's Sports Medicine, Rourke Aluminum, Randy Kaiser, State Farm Insurance, Steve's Pest Control, and Custom Screen Printing and Embroidery.